Hello everyone, welcome to Get My Class. Today we are going to solve this question which says the morphological nature of white part of the coconut is dash. Option A, ectoderm, option B, endosperm, option C, cotyledon, option D, embryo. So what are we talking about? They're talking about the morphological nature, that is the physical nature, the structural nature of the white part of the coconut. So we know there is coconut which has fiber outside. Then you have the shell, and inside the shell you have that white edible part, and inner to that in the cavity you have the water, right? Now this white part is nothing but the endosperm. This white part of the endosperm. So what is endosperm? Endosperm is a triploid tissue, like each cell of this tissue will be triploid in nature. And these are formed by the process called as double fertilization. Okay, double fertilization, where one of the gamete fuses the egg and the other gamete fuses the central nucleus. Okay, and that is the central cell. The central cell consists of two polar nuclei, and one of the male gamete will fuse with this, where the male nucleus, and along with the two polar nuclei, it will form a triploid cell, that is primary endosperm cell. Okay, or primary endosperm nucleus, PEN we say, and that will further give rise to endosperm. So that happens by double fertilization. So in case of coconut, this endosperm is retained even after maturation. Okay, even after maturation. But in most of the cases, the endosperm will be utilized. But in some cases like coconut, the endosperm is retained. Endosperm is not consumed completely. Is not consumed completely. So the growing embryo, while the development, it will not consume it completely. Hence, it will have the coconut food, like it will have this endosperm within it. Okay, not endosperm is not consumed completely. Completely by what? By the embryo. So even after maturation, you can still see the endosperm in case of coconut. So the white part we are talking about here in the coconut is nothing but the endosperm. Okay, so let us look at the option. Option A says ectoderm, which is ruled out because ectoderm is nothing but what? Nothing but the layer of the embryo which gives rise to skin. Okay, this will give rise to skin, and this happens in case of animals. Ectoderm is not present in, like this we are talking about the embryological stage in case of animals, which will give rise to the skin. Okay, in case of animals, hence it is ruled out. Now endosperm. So what do you mean by endosperm? So endosperm here, I have already told you, this is the triploid tissue as I've described, which are formed by the double fertilization. And hence in case of coconut, endosperm can be seen even after maturation. So that is the white part. So that is the right answer. Now cotyledon. So cotyledon is not the one, or you can say the white part is not a cotyledon, because cotyledon is not an endosperm. Cotyledon are the two protective structure within which they retain that embryo in between. Okay, this happens in case of dicotyledon. You also have monocotyledon where only one cotyledon will be there. Okay, so cotyledon, there is no cotyledon in case of coconut in this case. Hence, this is ruled out. Now, option D says embryo. So, see, I said no cotyledon in the sense, and we are talking about the coconut as a fruit. Okay, so it doesn't have cotyledon. Now, what about embryo? So, of course, the white part I have already told you, that is endosperm, not the embryo, because embryo is the one which will feed on the endosperm, and further, while maturation, in most of the cases, it will consume the endosperm completely. But in some cases, the endosperm will not be consumed, and that will be retained, and that is what is seen as a white part in case of coconut. So it is not embryo, because embryo is formed by the fusion of male and female gamete, and that is from the zygote embryo develops, right? Okay. So whereas endosperm is formed by the fusion of the two polar nuclei and the male gamete. Okay, and that is what is the white part of the coconut. So let us conclude the answer. So the answer is, what is the answer? Answer is option B, that is endosperm. I hope you understood the explanation. Thank you, everyone.